For thousands of years, Mongolian nomads have roamed the vast steppes, moving with the seasons in a tradition as old as time. In this two-part series, I will take you into their world to catch a glimpse of this extraordinary way of life.
I am gobsmacked! Isn't that incredible to think how they need to learn working with nature, their livestock?
Through their deep bond with their animals, their unshakable sense of community, and their harmony with the land, I hope to understand what has allowed them to endure and flourish for generations.
It's crazy. This is not a straightforward moving process. It's just insane.
Come with me as I stay with two nomadic families, exploring a way of life that is both fragile and timeless, often overlooked but remains so precious in today's modern world. In this episode, I'm joining a nomadic family to document the process of relocating their gear to their winter home, a tradition that's been part of their way of life for generations. The day started early with a journey further into rural Mongolia. The rugged terrain and open landscapes gave me a sense of just how remote this lifestyle is and set the scene for what was ahead.
Morning. What a crazy ride just to get here. I am in central part of Mongolia, Arkhange province. I hope to document a process of moving yet or get in local language of a family that I would find really fascinating, and I'm hoping that you will find it fascinating too. Sano! Oh, look at this. So this must be one of the family members. Oh, very cute. Mwah.
I was connected to Gala, the man who picked me up, through the guest house I was staying in. One of his family members was preparing to move their gear today, but before heading over, I spent some time with Gala's family. I watched their morning routine with their impressive herd of yaks and joined them for a late breakfast. So as part of a morning activity, they are milking their yak. I think Gala and his wife is quite busy right now, but I'd like to show it to you what some of this yak in person look like. Sanbanu! Bogi? Ah, Shifa. Shifa. I think Gala and his wife has got 5 kids, and currently 3 of them are in school in town, and the 2 of them are staying with them here at the yurt. Look who's we've got here. We've got twins. Sanu. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Oh, so sweet. This is so dreamy, just the amount of nature that I get to see right now with this many yak. Absolutely stunning. So I think they finished milking now and have let out all of the yak into the wild to graze peacefully in this vast landscape. Look at this tiny baby yak, how adorable. This one is still drinking milk from his mommy. What fascinates me as well, often Ger would have got this not only satellite but also solar power and try to get that from the sun that they have. So Gala and his family has got this 4 different Ger, and I suspect some of these are storage. This is inside of the yurt. Ah, Sanu. Ah, Perla. Eat.
Yeah?
This is what usually happens. The yak milk that's been processed easily, which looks a bit like cream milk, and then you spread that here. It's so funny because the twins are just watching telly, even if in remote areas of the country, television is available. Bobby is cooking some sort of soup, I think.
Oh, wow. Wow, this looks yummy. From your own yak? Oh, wow. That's so cool. Oh, that's amazing. She works really hard in providing food. So it looks like we are getting ready to actually get to the family whose ger or yurt is about to be moved. I can't get over the fact that nomadic people still exist and are still largely practiced in Mongolia. Wow, look at you! Looking so dashing.
When we arrived at the family's location, they were already hard at work. The ger they were moving today was almost completely dismantled by the time we got there. Without a translator, communication was going to be a challenge, but I was happy to step back and simply observe their process. I didn't want to get in the way, as they had the daunting task of completing the entire move in just one day.
I am quite fascinated to just observing this process of dismantling the yurt and how they actually get together to help out, because it's a communal activity, right? This is not a one person type of situation, and it's always so nice to look at. So the men have been helping each other out to carry heavy stuff generally, whereas over here you've got Sanmanu women dismantling this. Oh, these are some of the structure of the ger or yurt. They're probably washing it, cleaning it up. Wow, this is fascinating.
Nomadic families in Mongolia can move up to 4 times a year, and when everything is dismantled, it's the perfect opportunity to thoroughly clean each part of the ger. The structure itself is stunning, with every piece intricately painted in traditional Mongolian patterns. What's even more remarkable is how every part of the ger is designed for quick dismantling and reassembly, reflecting the practicality needed for this lifestyle.
It's incredible, I think, to just see this communal activity, how one family will always help out each other. They're wearing del, which is the traditional clothing, and it looks so beautiful. I feel like I'm in my dream right now. Can't believe this is actually happening. To just observe a different way of living in such fascinating land of Mongolia. They have successfully dismantled this very first year. If you can see, there's a circle marking over here, because these 2 beds must have been what was inside. 3 actually, and therefore they have been taking all of the stuff out here onto this car. Upon my understanding, this is a crucial time to get it done in a day, because this moving house is where they will be sleeping later tonight as well, where they slept last night. So to think that everything has to be movable, quick enough, being dismantled all together by helped by nearby community or families, because there's no way you can do it all by yourself, which is a good reminder what a sense of community is like.
Once everything was packed onto the trucks, I was amazed at how much they managed to fit. It was incredible to see their entire home, structure, furniture, and belongings packed onto just 2 small trucks.
So I think they're pretty much done the first section of this ger, and have got everything set up here. I think the language barrier has been quite a bit difficult for me to get into this dynamic of a community, because often as a sort of a traveler, I would try to break into that kind of dynamic to make myself feel like I'm immersed and be part of that. But today it's been ever so slightly difficult. Also, to be fair, they're really busy, so I can't really expect them to like sort of talk to me a lot. So this is the real bit of traveling in Mongolia. If you are out in a wide steppe like this and you see a yurt, you would find, not far from it, a toilet, usually a small cubicle like that, slightly further from the yurt, just so that you have a bit of privacy. Although, having said that, the door is not quite covering it all. Hello? Hello? Oh, you're so gentle, aren't you? They've got such a thick fur.
With everything ready to go, we went inside the ger that was still standing to warm up and share some food. It was a nice moment to connect with the family and exchange a few words despite the language barrier.
Everyone's inside, just getting warmed up.
Shifa name.
Bodurma.
Bodurma. Bodurma. Anka. Anka Bodurma Shifa.
So this is the Mongolian version of stir-fried noodles. So he pours the milk tea into this noodle. Interesting.
She just cooked the milk and then save it, preserve it.
Some of these are dried milk, and perhaps that's what they're trying to make out of this yak milk and could be consumed just throughout season.
So I'm going to one of the cars. Part of the experience is to see where actually they will be moving this year to, or ger to.
Imagine being thrown into nomadic Mongolian family, where you are thrown into the aspect of their true depth of culture, part of it being moving their very home. And yeah, it's been one of the things I've never experienced before, because yes, I've stayed with different families throughout parts of the world, and often it's even with language barrier, huge language barrier. But the difference being this one, this house is movable, and it's truly something that I've never experienced before.
Mongolian nomadic families relocate seasonally to ensure their livestock have access to fresh pastures, which is essential for their animals' health and the sustainability of the herders' way of life. Traditionally, these migrations involved moving both their herds and belongings using animals like yaks. Today, many herders utilize modern transportation methods such as trucks to facilitate the move. During our journey, we even stopped to assist others in attaching a trailer to their truck, highlighting the communal spirit that persists among nomadic communities.
Woo! That works. So yeah, it looks like they're turning around because the road is not conducive to drive on. It's too mushy. I think we have to take a detour behind this hill, just another way probably, given that this road that we've been driving on is quite mushy due to probably the snowfall that happened last night, so it's not as good to drive on, especially with this many load moving again for them. I don't know how are they going to drive on this type of road. It's incredible driving skill. I wouldn't be comfortable even riding on this because there's not enough grip on this soil. Most of this nomadic family would have different seasons of the year that they would be moving to. Perhaps they've got 4 spots or 3 or 2, I'm not quite sure, but you can't just move anywhere, because obviously if you just move anywhere, it could be someone else's spot during spring or summertime. So even though it doesn't look like it's organized, it's actually really organized, which is quite fascinating. As I suspected, we will be stuck at one point or another. If I'm reading this move correctly, I suspect the car at the front will pull this out. Oh, that's deep, isn't it? Oh, that's really deep. It's incredible that the amount of stuff that they have to deal with. Will they be able to do it? Let's see. Woo! Oh my god! Oh, that's hard. Woo! Yay! Woo! Oh my goodness me! It's impressive. Very good. It's impressive that they've managed to get out of that. He's stressed out. I mean, I would be if I were him. It's crazy. This is not a straightforward moving process. It's just insane. Well, you just have to take it with a light-hearted attitude when you're dealing with so much stress driving. But there's a sense of solidarity, right, between these communities, which are really admirable to witness. Looks like we may have arrived. Right. Ah, I see. After such an eventful a bit of a road trip to get to this location just because of the detour that we had to do. We have finally arrived at their winter location, and it's quite fascinating to see because it turns out they already have got some cemented foundation laid out. They're getting things ready now to dismantle this and get it out so that they can set the yurt here. So over here you also can see a washing machine, a satellite. I was asked to help. Yes, okay.
Yes, okay. Yes. Okay. Ini kara.
Yes, okay.
The ger is built on a raised concrete foundation, which helps prevent moisture from the soil seeping into the structure. On top of this foundation, layers of insulation are rolled out to retain heat during colder months. A second layer is added over the insulation before the final flooring is placed on top, creating a solid and well-insulated base for the ger.
What I would probably have done if I were to speak a local language and have got a translator with me would be to ask questions, listen to their story, and probably would like to hear from their experience. What is it that keeps them going, and how do you sustain yourself in such interesting and unique, very unique type of living situation? They're now starting to take all of the cupboards off the car and start putting onto the foundation of this house. It's really, really fascinating because the layout is pretty much similar, probably, right? And often you would have 2 or 3 or 4 cupboards, and the centerpiece often would have to be the heating or stove. I don't know how it would look like towards the end. I am really looking forward to seeing it. So this would be the door. Wow. And they have got 2 cupboards, the main cupboards. They're starting to put together all of this.
The assembly of the ger begins with the extendable wall sections called khana in local language. These are laid out in a circular shape and secured to the wooden door frame. The next job is to raise the tono, which is the central circular crown of the ger. This is supported by 2 upright posts, which are raised and secured in the middle. The tono is not only functional by allowing light and air to enter the ger from above, but it's also highly symbolic, representing the connection between the earth and the sky in Mongolian culture. The roof poles, which are called uni in local language, are then attached one by one to the walls and center. This ger likely has around 100 roof poles, all evenly spaced to create the iconic dome shape. The intricate designs painted on the structural parts of the ger are traditional patterns, often symbolizing strength, harmony, and protection. After assembling the ger's wooden framework, the family begins the covering process by placing a white canvas over the roof. This initial layer provides a clean appearance on the inside and offers basic protection against the elements. Multiple thick felt layers, traditionally made from sheep's wool, are then wrapped around the sides. These felt coverings are essential for insulation, keeping the interior warm during Mongolia's harsh winters.
As you can see, this has been covered just so that it prevents them from being too cold during winter. I have been cold. Bayarla. Since most of the things are done, we are drinking a bit of milk tea. So it looks like this is porridge that was brought by one of the neighbor, because I saw her coming along and then now helping out to actually decorate the interior, which is very, very sweet. They're now starting to set up the first bed, and I would probably expect 3 beds.
So this bed underneath this are just wood structure, and they have numbered this. It's been really interesting just to see how they set up their bed. Even there's an additional bedside, not table, but structure, just so that it also complements the shape of this yurt that is circle rather than a square. She stitches all of this herself. Wow, she did that. That's amazing.
So this last layer would be sheep skin made out of sheep. There's a lot of layers there. China. So this is made in Mongolia. This one is made in China. Oh, not good. This one's good. Made in Mongolia is good. I think as the last step of this whole process, they are digging fresh soil, and as you can see, he's going to place that somewhere at the outer rim of this area. So this is, I suppose, roughly what it looks like, with 3 beds, 1 stove. I think they have done such a great job and really worked hard communally. Yeah, they've set up solar panel as well. That's a solar panel, meaning that mostly the sun is coming from that direction. So I was told that in Mongolia, the yurt is always going to face towards the south.
Watching the ger come together was a fascinating experience. The coordination and efficiency of the family was incredible. This meticulous process reflects centuries of Mongolian craftsmanship and tradition. Every part of the ger is designed to withstand the region's harsh climates while remaining portable for nomadic life. I felt so lucky to be able to experience and observe this ancient tradition. Once wrapped up, we headed back to Galasker, where I was going to stay tonight.
That's it. I'm just going to wrap it for this very episode, the entire series from Mongolia. I think I've tried my best. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you think of all of those videos I've made from the country. I think I'm just going to enter the ger to warm up and then probably eat and sleep and just really switch off. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. the ups and downs of traveling alone, trying to put myself out there to hopefully also for you to learn something, a thing or two about this very fascinating land. Yeah, let me know again what you think down in the comment section below. See you again next time on the next travel series. Bye.